Look at these beautiful earrings I made using a special sticky foil, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made them. If you're interested, please keep watching. Hello everyone. Hello, nice to see you. I'm Olena, and today I'm going to explore a new clear sticky foil paper with a beautiful blooming cherry pattern. I think it's a cherry blossom, maybe sakura. I bought it on Temu.com and it's not expensive at all. When I received it, I realized how beautiful the design is, very delicate, very spring-like. I'm also going to show you a few other findings that I will use in future projects. For example, I found another sticker foil paper with a summer pattern, because summer is coming and I'd like to create more summer earrings. And I also have 6 very beautiful rolls of clear sticky paper that I will use in another project. I'm really curious to explore how they work with different blanks. But today we are focusing on cherry blossom sticky paper. It's about 1 yard, maybe even a little less, and I'll be using the same wooden blanks I used before, the ones I prefer. They are covered in white acrylic paint so I can see how this floral design looks on a clean white background. I also want to compare how it looks on different color backgrounds. So here I have some blue shapes, also painted with acrylic paint. In another video I showed how I paint these blanks. On the dark blue it actually looks very nice, almost indigo, but I'm not sure how transparent this foil is yet. It might be very light or subtle or more visible. We'll find out when I place it on the blank. I also have a black shape. It doesn't look bad as the pattern includes black, so it matches, but it feels a bit too dark for spring. I want something fresher or more cheerful, so I probably won't use the black one. I think I need a more sky-like color. That's why I'm creating new blanks using blue shades. I'll be using 2 tones, one light blue and one darker blue. This time I'm using acrylic paint markers, professional ones. Usually I prefer traditional paint, but today I'm in a bit of a hurry, and this markers works very well on wooden blanks. It is better to apply 2 layers, but since we place the foil on the top, a very thick layer is not necessary. So one blank is ready, the light blue. Now I'm working on another one. I'm also using different shapes because I want to use this sticky foil as efficiently as possible. Every small piece matters. So I'm adding different sizes and forms. This one is ready, and later, when it dries, I might touch up a few areas if needed. Now I'm moving to a darker blue, and I'll use it for heart-shaped blanks. For me, this corner represents a spring sky, and with a cherry blossom, it should look really beautiful. So here we go. Now you can see the difference between the two shades, lighter and the darker blue. And let's see how the floral design looks on top. Well, it's actually beautiful. I really like it. On both colors. It works very well. Now you can see I made different shapes of blanks in two different colors. While everything dries, I'm going to sort out some extra bits and pieces I collected while making jewelry.
Okay, Sonia, let's continue our work. We have to sort it out.
Usually when I have leftover bits, I put them in a box, and today Sonia is going to help me. We might find some beautiful treasures like these pearls. And of course, Sonia is a girl, so she loves anything sparkly and beautiful. Step by step, I'm sorting through these beads, and I'll use them later to create new jewelry. I have pearls, glass beads, miracle beads, and many others. And of course, I have a wonderful little helper.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, my love. Thank you. I love you.
Everything is sorted. Back to my future earrings. The interesting part is that all the cherry blossom patterns are different. There is nothing the same. That makes it challenging because I want to finish similar designs for a pair of earrings. The differences are not only in sizes or in the flowers, the entire pattern varies. So I'm going through different sections of the sheet and checking how they look on the blanks. I'll start with the blue color. Also, it doesn't really matter where we begin. Let's start with blue. It looks good, not bad at all. So now I'm going to cut the first piece of sticky paper. I'm using the same technique I showed in another video. You can check that as well. Now I'm placing the adhesive foil onto the first blank. Let's see how it looks. Yes, actually it's quite good. It's very sticky. Now I need to trim the edges and remove the excess paper. I use a crafting knife because it's very sharp. But I notice this foil is thinner than the one I used before, and sometimes it sticks to the knife, so it's not always easy to cut. Still, it works. Later I will refine it even more and clean the edges, but already you can see it looks nice. Here are the remaining pieces. I worked through almost the entire sheet. This blue one is my favorite so far, but we'll see how it looks after I cover it with epoxy or maybe varnish. I'm still decided. This small is also very cute, really beautiful and slightly glittery. The paper has a subtle glitter, so it changes slightly with the angle. And even the leftover pieces, like these butterflies, I will definitely use in other earrings. Now it's time to work on the back side. I used acrylic paint for the back and a wood furniture marker. I'm going to cover the edges with a professional silver maker, and I will apply high gloss varnish to the back, and it will be ready. Meanwhile, my little helper is already very tired and sleeping next to me. So now the blanks are ready, the shapes are done, edges are trimmed and colored, and it's time to protect the surface. Here I had a small hesitation. I wasn't sure whether to use the varnish or ultraviolet resin, which I usually use. In the end, I followed the same methods I used before with paper and foil. I place the blanks on a sticky pad so they don't move. Then I use UV resin because it cures quickly. Now I apply the resin, and the most important part is to cover the entire surface, especially the edges. But with resin, especially on small surfaces, there is a challenge. When it cures, it can leave small gaps or uneven areas. So I carefully check everything before curing it under ultraviolet light. Meanwhile, we are starting the barbecue season. The sun is shining, my son is cooking, and it's a nice moment. Now it's done, the resin is hardened. But in some places there are still small uncovered areas, so I will need a second layer. Now the shapes are fully ready. The next step is assembly. Drill the holes for the hooks first. And here's the result. I use silver plated hooks, and this is how the earrings looks. What can I say about this foil paper? It was more difficult to work with compared to the previous one I used. As you saw, it behaves differently. Also, epoxy might not be the perfect finish for this type of foil. Next time I might try a high gloss varnish instead, maybe multiple layers for better coverage. But overall, I'm happy with the result. It's still beautiful, the design is really lovely. And now they are ready to be listed in my Etsy shop. If I rate this foil on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it about a 7, especially compared to others I used before. This one is actually my favorite visually, but also the most challenging to work with. I was also testing some new blanks and new sticker foil that I showed you at the beginning. This was just a test. I wanted to see how it looks before I start making more pieces and creating another video. So if you like this video, please press like and leave your comments. I really love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next video. See you soon. Bye bye.